Huh? Damn. It's good evening. Any news for me? About my car? You know, the flat tires?
No.
No, what? Have you checked the cameras? Anything?
I know what.
What?
There were. Maybe you ran.
What? All the tires?
Why, possibly. You can congratulate.
Christ.
You should. You've been kind of out.
That's the first bit of sense you've made.
Good. Along with your.
What? Wait, what?
You still pontificating?
Fuck me. I don't have the strength for this today. Have I taken my pills today? Did I take it? Or... Fuck. I don't have much time. Okay. One by one, Jack. Take it easy. Oh, a burning issue indeed. Then I'll move on to the body. Ah, shit. The lecture. I almost forgot. I'm gonna need the camcorder. This is making me nervous. Oh well. This is not the best framing. Hello, everyone. It's the something of November 1991. Jack Hanlon is conducting the autopsy. Yes, the body, let's see. So, the victim is personal detail. The exact cause of the fire, however, the body was not found. The tenant was naked. The owner of the apartment asked if he was surprised anyone even. The deceased was sitting in an armchair near the pieces of pornographic material, an ashtray, and several It's difficult to... Firefighters indicated that it was the large quantity of poppers found near the deceased, and rapid spread of the Well, that's whether the death or what... As you can see, the body is in quite an unusual pose. For the purpose of photographic documentation, we'll leave it like that for now. This position is called the pugilistic attitude. This is due to the influence of high temperature on the muscles. The fire reaches the skin first, then the soft tissue, until... Coagulation occurs in exposed muscles due to their fiber. The extensors yield to the force up. The muscles contract until the limbs become flexy and deformed. The upper ones are similar to a boxer. Just 10 minutes for the muscles and tendons to contract like a steak on the grill. In the end, we're all just walking meat. The deceased must now be straightened out, and he looks to have been tied up. The deceased, and these were probably, which explains why the deceased's limbs are not. That's better. It's easier to, without taking out the magnifying glass. We already know that the deceased's skin is heavily. As for the other details, the rope at the man's ankles was tied much tighter than the one around his. Looks as if a large flap of skin had detached from the calf. The victim sat in the chair the whole time, hence his back being in this extremely burnt. The rope marks around the wrists are deep. You can clearly see that this is primarily the that was exposed to fire. The rope around the neck wasn't very. I don't see it leaving a mark. There are crow's feet visible near the eye. Upper lip reveals front teeth. One of the incisors is broke. There's so. All in all, quite a lot can be deduced from this external examination. Soot in the nose when inhaling harmful and traces fail to indicate that the deceased suffocated before the fire took hold. That must have been terrifying. Severe covering approximate. He appears to be loosely. However, the wound shows that the rope had. The burns reach the muck. The body is covered in. The length of the rope was calculated, and it appears that the deceased. Predominance of fourth and third. The eye clenched to high temp. The tissue of the mouth was heavily burned as well. The teeth, however, the conclusions are quite. We need to check the damage inhaling has done to the right. It looks like the deceased was a fan of deaths due to a predilection for it, but not in this case. The extent of the thermal could have caused wounds on the wrists and neck that the deceased. The mixture of fear, sex could have caused a heart attack. In this case, that this was a burns to the this is due to the. It may seem that the deceased. Perhaps the deceased lost it attempting to. I will and burn it. First, I'll try to establish the victim. Due to the amount of charring, we are unable to collect. Visual identification is also out of the question. You can probably guess what options we are left. You guessed it. For this, please excuse me. What I need should be. Okay. I should be able to get this done in time. Where are these trays? Towels, papers, jars? Nope. It's not anywhere on the counter. Maybe in this drawer. Oh, and I'll warm this up. Making an impression, you put trays with alkanate into the mouth and press them together in one firm movement until you feel. Scalpel. I guess I forgot to. My own, but a considerable.